So with helping so many people, clients, families move to the Treasure Valley, there are two of the most highly desired areas that people are choosing. What are those, Shawn?
Eagle and Nampa.
That's right.
And they are polar opposites.
They couldn't be any different. So in this video, we're going to do a full comparison of, Eagle, Idaho versus Nampa, Idaho. We're getting after it right now. What's up, everybody? My name is Jackson Wilkie.
Shawn Tomich.
That's right. We are the Living in Boise team. And this is your first time to this channel and you want to learn everything about what it's like to work, eat, sleep, live, play, and the difference between some of these cities and suburbs. Make sure you tap that subscribe button and you click the bell so you're notified every time we do a new video. And we are honestly getting so many phone calls, emails, texts every single day from people moving and relocating here. We absolutely love it. So thinking about moving anywhere in the Treasure Valley, make sure you give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email. Days, nights, weekends, we got your back when moving to Boise, Idaho. All right, so let's just open it up. I mean, you've had dozens and dozens and dozens of calls. We've helped a lot of clients from all over the country, even out of the country, but two areas just seem to catch everybody's attention. You mentioned them at the beginning. Let's start with Eagle. That's the first one. Between Nampa and Eagle, first of all, what's the biggest difference they have?
Well, the biggest difference is going to be price point. By far.
By far. And what are those real quick?
Eagle, your median price point to get into Eagles is going to be somewhere around 900,000 right now. And then Nampa, your median right now is going to be about the mid fours, about 430, 434 right now.
Yep.
So that's going to be your very obvious big difference.
So no budget in mind, like just want the cream of the crop. Where I'm moving from is way more expensive than Boise. Why am I going to pay upwards of $900 or $1 million to be in Eagle? Like, what is it about that place that makes it so special or so expensive?
Well, it's that it's location. I mean, That's what real estate is. I mean, that's what people, and some people, you kind of need to think about that. Real estate is land. It's the property. A home can be replaced numerous times. Real estate that you're purchasing and investing in it's the property that it sits on, and it's the location of where that property is, and that's where the value typically comes from. And in Eagle, it's all location, and it's because we've got this beautiful, gorgeous Boise River that runs through Boise, all through Eagle, and it runs directly through Eagle. And so you've got this just absolute gorgeous basin that Eagle sits in. In fact, if you're in Boise and you're driving to Eagle, you're going to come off of Eagle Road and come down this hill, this bench, and come into Eagle. And it's just, and you can see it. It's beautiful. You've got this river running through it and just trees lining it, and people stop and they're fishing every single day on the river. And you've got that outdoor lifestyle with the foothills and the mountains directly, scenically behind you. And so that's the reason that people gravitate that, because it's beautiful.
Sounds miserable.
Yeah, I know, right? Oh, horrible.
And it's funny because you grew up there as a little kid. So, I mean, as Idahoans, man, a lot of the stuff we take for granted, but we get it. So
no, absolutely. And growing up, it wasn't really anything special. It was Eagle. You went to Eagle Island and you went down the water slide and you played in the river, but it was just a really cool part of living here and a part of home. It wasn't what it is today.
Right. So, and Eagle, when you get clients coming in, are they typically looking for like kind of the older style Eagle, or what they're building now, the newer stuff? And Eagle's kind of run out of space, but what are they typically leaning to, or what can they find there?
So you're going to find a very big mix. There's going to be some older stuff in Eagle. And what's super interesting about Eagle is your median price point is $900, but you can drive, a few neighborhoods away, and there's still some trailer parks in Eagle. And just because it's
cows,
it's still an old area. I mean, you can't just kick people out, you know? So, what was your question?
But no, like what is it when people go to Eagle, like the styles of homes and things that they can find there? What is driving them to there, or the styles of homes that they're really liking?
Absolutely. So, and it's most of the new construction. You're going to have a lot of very beautiful custom homes that were built in the 80s and 90s, and they're still very beautiful. In fact, there's a couple that are circling the Banbury Golf Course down in Eagle.
Yep.
That whole we drove through there when you were in town. That
Yeah.
whole area is all like 90s, early 2000s construction. Like again, very indicative of what I grew up in, and it's still very gorgeous. I mean, very beautiful homes. But what my clients are coming in today for is absolutely the new product that's being built in Eagle. The typically the the 1.2 million dollar homes that are usually by the river or close to one of the lakes that they've put in Eagle that they build homes around. That's another thing they do is there's little man-made lakes kind of all over, and then they build these communities around them, and like so some people's backyards as a lake, so it's pretty nice.
Yeah, so 360-degree views. Your morning, afternoon, daily walks are along beautifully paved right along the Boise River. Geese, ducks, deer, you name it, it's all right there. So Eagle, and even some of the families, because according to public, we don't want to steer any way, but you look online, I mean, Eagle school districts are ranked, nationally. So people who just kind of want that can't miss area, that's where they're going. Right. But let's pull it to the south a little bit, because Nampa not only is where a lot of our clients are going, but it's one of the hottest and fastest growing cities in the entire nation, but completely different lifestyle and price points. Just kind of, you're there. Let's give the people what it's about.
Absolutely. And the reason that I moved there was because the things that were more important to me were having more home for my money. I'm not too worried about a commute. And that's what's funny too, is when people call, especially from other states, they're like, well, I'm considering Nampa, but it just seems so far. I'm like, well, you'll be in Boise in 20 minutes to 25 minutes. Is that too far? And they're like, oh, no. Yeah. I thought it was a couple hours away. I'm like, no, it's 20 minutes. It takes me 25 minutes to get to work from Nampa. But that was what was important to me, was that price point, being in a good neighborhood and being able to have a nice home. And so that's why I went out there.
Yep.
And so you're going to have a lot of mix of, so Nampa's old. If you're in downtown Nampa, it's going to be a lot of 40s and 50s, very kind of hard to live in homes because they only have one bedroom and one bathroom. And like, it was a different lifestyle in the 40s and 50s than it is today. But then we have a ton of new construction in Nampa because, again, that is where the most of the consumers, especially in Idaho, but most of the consumers are shopping in that $400,000 price point because that's the payment they can afford.
Yep.
There's FHA guidelines, so they can still get FHA loans under $400,000. So that's where a lot of people gravitate toward, and that takes them to Nampa.
And then, but stretching, like, hey, shoot, I do want to do 600, 700, 800. Like, how much more does that give them in Nampa? And what are some of kind of the amenities that they'll have?
That's another thing, is that, again, that I do have some crossover there. I'm glad you mentioned that, is because some people do come in and say, hey, Shawn, I've been looking at the prices. I want something that's about 7, 8, maybe even 900,000. I've been looking at Eagle. And then they look at Nampa, and then they find something like kind of over by the lake or over by the golf course by the lake, and they see what they can get for 700,000 or 800,000 in Nampa, and that would be like a $2 million home in Eagle, and it's absolutely gorgeous. Yep. I mean, it's just a beautiful, breathtaking home on the golf course. I mean, you can get a lot for your money in that area.
Yeah. So, and real quick, just with the future and living in Nampa, what do you kind of hear for the future of Nampa? Things going on? Are they going to be adding schools with this many people coming? Like, what can people really look forward to in both Eagle and Nampa? But Nampa's the one that's exploding with growth. Right. Eagle's kind of ran out of room, but so talk about that.
Yeah, so Nampa's been adding schools. In fact, I've lived there 17 years now, and they've just put a brand new high school just down the road for me just a few years ago. So they're adding schools constantly because of the influx of people. What's really popular to people in Nampa are charter schools. I have 3 daughters, and 2 of my daughters have gone to Idaho Arts Charter School in Nampa all their lives, and they absolutely love it. So a lot of parents are really gravitating toward that charter school lifestyle, and there's a lot of those in Nampa, and those are really good choices as well.
They are, because that's the one thing, again, people pigeonhole themselves into a certain area because of a school they read online. But,
right.
Shawn, having the know with all and raising, 3 beautiful daughters there, that's the thing you need, is just kind of that local insight, and something that we completely, value with the conversations. We're the ones answering the phone.
Yeah, and that's what we spend a lot of time doing.
Yeah.
Is that I spend a lot of time asking those questions, and I really want to get to know you as a client, as a customer, because you can call me and say, hey, Shawn, where should I move? Well, I got to know a lot about you before I can say, hey, this is where I think that we should look.
Mm-hmm. Yep, it's got to be advantageous for you. Idaho lifestyle ain't for everybody. You can move to the wrong section and it won't be as enjoyable. So from small town living to closer into the city, to having acreage space, property, whatever, that's what we figure out. That's what we take our time to really learn about you. So the only way that we can truly help you do that is you have to reach out. You got to give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email. Days, nights, weekends, we got your back when moving to Boise, Idaho. And until the next video, guys, we'll catch you later.
Thanks.